너무 좋은데. 오늘은 5월 6일 토요일, 지금 현재 시간 오후 10시 30분이고 일단은 오늘 되게 배울 점이 많은 하루가 있었고 지금은 거의 하루가 끝나가는데 당장 내야 할 과제도 있고 하니까 일단 당장 해야 할 거 먼저 정리를 하고 그 다음에 제가 하고 싶은 거를 다음으로 해보는 거를 그 서순을 가지면 될 것 같아요. 일단은 5월 7일이죠. 5월 6일이네. 그치, 어제 어린애는. 일단 지금 해야 할 게 영어 정리, 수학 정리, 내일 테드정리. 근데 가장 중요한 거는 영어 정리고, 그 이후에는 하루 중에 루틴을 대한 생각, 그리고 빠져나오는 방법, 갇히는 이유, 하루를 쓰는 거, 전체적으로 하루를 돌아보면서 드는 생각들을 하나씩 해보면 좋아 보여요. 지금 최대한 떠올려보면은 비율, 수학, 트랙, 청소, 할 것, 창의, 운동, 음악. 이게 무슨 의미를 가지는지 이따 하나씩 설명을 하겠습니다. 일단 지금은 Fuck the advertisement. 일단 지금은 영어 방법. 일단 당장 해야 할 것부터 설명을 하겠습니다. 저장 공간을 비우기 위해서 이걸 좀 정리한 시간을 가졌고 영상 하나씩 계속 올리고 있고 최근에 있었던 일이랑 이런 거는 조금 이따가 빨리 끝내고 나서 설명을 하도록 하겠습니다. 일단은 말랄라 14챕터를 제가 맡았고 그에 대해서 친구 PPT를 만들어준다 하니까 그 PPT를 만들 자료를 정리해서 보내는 게 지금 제 역할이라고 할 수 있겠고, 그러면은 제가 봐야 될 게 지금 단어, 내용요약, 그리고 디스커션, 그러니까 토론 질문, 이렇게 3개인데 남은 시간은 약 1시간 20분 정도예요. 충분히 가능하고요. 일단 내용 먼저 파악을 해야겠죠. 내용 파악하고 일단 내용을 정리하고 그 다음 어떤 식으로 구성할지에 대해서 일단 먼저 생각을 해봐야 되는데, 저는 내용 먼저 파악을 빨리 할게요. Under pressure, Fazala decides girl 10 and Under can return to school by pretending to be a ear 영어. Alarus returned to school. On the way there, she noticed the emptiness of the street. The army now outnumbers the Taliban, but the Taliban control the majority of Swat. In February 2009, the Taliban agreed to an indefinite ceasefire in return for the government imposing Syria. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton warned that the government is giving in to extremists. The president separately went place, but the Taliban only become harsher. Some confront to a guy in the market for not wearing a burqa, and the video circulates of the Taliban member publicly flogging a teenager girl for leaving her house with a man who was not her husband. Some Thursday or 40,000 people attending a public meeting with Sufi Muhammad, who proclaimed that the Taliban will move on to the Islamabad. President Obama became increasingly concerned about the situation in Pakistan and Southern threatened to intervene. In May 2009, the army resumed its effort to drive the Taliban out of Swat. The resident of Mingora and told to evacuate. 그치, 이런 내용이지. 그냥 기다려야 돼. 설명을 하자면 이때 이제 한창 탈레반에 대한 권력과 여성 탄압이 심해지고 있을 때 파즈왈라는 아마 학교에 있는 사람일 테고 10세 이하들의 소녀들이 학교로 돌아갈 수 있게 이때 아마 통급 나이 제한을 받았을 거예요. 6세 이하의 아이들은 학교를 갈 수 있는데 그 이상은 안 된다. 그래서 10세 이하의 소녀들이 학교로 돌아갈 수 있도록 해주는데 말라도 학교로 돌아가요. 근데 가는 길에 거리를 보니까 사람들이 많이 없는 거죠. 이때 70% 정도가 이 스왓밸리라는 지역을 떠났고 탈레반이 스왓밸리의 대부분을 장악하고 있었대요. 이때 정부는 휴전을 했고 이때 이제 탈레반은 정부랑 싸우다가 휴전을 한 상태고 힐러리 클린턴이 이걸 막 경고했는데 수학만 보면은 탈레반이 들어왔고 학교 탄압을 하고 굉장히 좋지 못한 상황인 거죠. 많은 사람들이 떠나고 있고 그리고 파스툰족이 이 스왓밸리에 살고 있는 사람인데 탈레반이 점점 더 억압을 하고 더 강압 리스트릭한 엄격한 규율을 자꾸 내세우면서 부르카를 이때 첨부된 비디오가 10대 소녀가 부르카를 입지 않았다는 이유로 모질게 폭행을 당하는 장면이 돌아다니고 있던 거죠. 그만큼 분위기가 별로 좋지 않았다. 밖에서는 탈레반 시위자들이 막 극진주의자들이 시위랑 노래를 막 부르고 있고 그런 게 일상적이게 될 정도로 상황은 좋지 않았다. 이때 오바마는 더 이걸 우려하고 이때 또 밍고라에서 도망가라는 저걸 받았다로 볼 수 있겠죠. 그럴 수 있겠죠. 멋있게 하면 굉장히 좋은 경험으로 남을 수 있을 것 같아요. 영어에 조금 더 발을 붙일 수 있고 흥미를 느낄 수 있는 모습으로 작용할 수 있기를 바랍니다. 작년에 발표했던 건 굉장히 성공적이었거든요. 아직도 기억나요. Nothing but kind of present for my girl and all our children. That's Raymond. I want someone with the proven strength and persevere. Someone who knows this and takes it seriously. Someone who 뭐던데 black and white and if you have a nuclear code and in your fingertip and military in your command, you can't make snap decision. You need to be measured and steady and 기억 안 난다. 어쨌든 작년에 아직까지 이 정도 기억나는 거 보면은 작년에 굉장히 잘했던 거를 조금이나마 자랑할 수 있을 것 같고요. 올해도 멋지게 발표를 해서 영어에 대한 제 관심을 이어가고 싶습니다. I'm allowed chapter 14 summary and analysis. 스크리스트고가 있네. Summary. Save time, stressless. Speed up download. now. In early 2009, the school in Swat repent because he is boy. Kasho is still allowed to attend classes, but he valued education less high than Malala. And so he said he want to stay home with Malala. 카슐이 동생이었고 동생은 집에 있고 싶다 했는데 And so he said he want to stay home with Malala. Malala is furious with this. She insists that Kasho is lucky to be able to learn. 배울 수 있다는 게 얼마나 복된 건지 잘 모르는 것 같다고 생각했을 것 같고 Malala stay at home and educate herself by reading book. 집에 있을 때 책을 봤다. Including the Alchemist by Paul 안 몰라 이거 뭔지 모르겠는데 어떤 책을 봤다. Honestly, it's a major analysis 보면은 present in the book by enemies. 카쇼는 아니다. 주요한 presence in the book by our enemies. 무슨 뜻일까? 어떻게 안 되는데? 카쇼 is a major presence. 주요한 존재가 아니다. In a book. 그러니까 북이 그 책 안에서 본 그 책이 아니라 이 세계관, 이 in the world, 이 내용상에서 by any means 어떤 식으로든지 어떤 any means 어떤 방면에서 봐도 주요하다고 보여지지 않는다. And is mostly a convenient hook on which Malala can hang her idea about the importance of education. 어쨌든 이게 행 그리고 훅 그러니까 말랄라가 자신의 교육에 대한 아이디어와 중요성을 깨달게 하는 행거 그러니까 고리로서 작용이 되는 거지. 그러니까 주요하게 가는 이런 주인공이라기보다는 주변의 불편함을 자꾸자꾸 보여주는 그러한 고무적인 존재로 볼 수 있겠죠. 고무적인 존재? 약간 표현이 이상하지 않지만 어쨌든 그런 느낌. But he also show how pet riches is harmful to both men and women. 이건 뭐 이게 얼마나 안 좋은지 보여준다. 근데 이게 부권 사회? 뭔지 모르겠어. 부권 사회를 다시 돌려볼까? 부권 사회 뭐야? 가장제도. Develop a sense of it. 약간 뭐 어쨌든 Malala spirit left when was outlaw retained his policy on women's education. Malala's spirit, 그러니까 말랄라의 의지는 left 움직였다. when 파자올라가 하도록일까 아니면 했을 때 움직였다는 걸까? 파자올라가 대통령인가 봐. 그러니까 말랄라 스피릿 lift가 올리다는 거잖아. 난 옮기다라고 생각했는데 올리는 느낌인가 봐요. 파자올라 retain가 제고한 건데 어쨌든 신에서 막 만들고 있을 때 building 하고 있을 때 think his policy on women's education에 대한 걸 했을 때 말랄라의 스피릿이 고양되었다, 올라갔다. 그리고 지아우딘은 a person who support her father who I don't know, but Malala's father by a financial way. I think anyway, Jiaodin's protect have been more efficient than Malala imagine 생각보다 훨씬 더 좋아졌고 occur Pakistan. People are criticized 빠져나오는거 for beginning women education in response. 빠져나오는거 agreed to leave the band for girls who are 10 years old or younger. Agreed to leave the band. Malala pretends to be younger than she really is in order to continue going to school. Several of her friends do so as well. South has been reached the point where there are Taliban soldiers everywhere. 70% of the valley is under Taliban's control, and when Malala walks through Mingora, she can't help but see Taliban. On the night of February 19, 2009, there is a breakthrough in government-Taliban relations. A peace agreement is arranged between the government and Taliban. Under the terms of the agreement, there will be 10-day truce, and the Taliban will release some of the prisoners they kept. Zhao then compromised with the Taliban. Coincides. Perhaps not coincidentally with the compromise between the Taliban and the government of Pakistan. This shed some light on why the Taliban have agreed to let girls attend school once again. They are losing followers and need to cave in some of their demands. Anyway, they're the yelled to get some power of followers and make some justification and why they should exist and express the demand of existence. So I think they just make some justification of why they should exist in the world and make some power of follower. Not just want to make her free and release the bad situation. Anyway, they're the government and Taliban between there are make some relationship of peace relationship, and according to the point of view, there are 10 days of wars off, fight off, and Taliban will release the prisoner they captured. I think that the reason why the Malala named the title name is a bursting of peace. And jailed in compromise. I think it's proper to select a discussion question. The reason why Taliban let girls attend school again. Even Taliban do not want to let go the girls to school because in the Quran's rule, the reason why Taliban let go them, discuss it. It's because Jordan's government and Taliban demand is similar, very Instead of the 10-day Mother given interviews to famous Turkmen reporter Musa Khan-Kil. Jordan has arranged for the interview using the connection he made through Adam Alik. In the interview, Malala talked about her experiences growing up in the war-torn area. Shortly after World War on February 22, 2009, there is important news of permanent ceasefire has been announced. School will be reopened with all girls properly covered by burqas. The government will pay reparation to the family of war victims, and there will be no more suicide bomber. Malala is thrilled with the news. So he learned that the American government is disappointed. It's believed that Pakistan's government has given in to Taliban. It seemed like good news, but Malala seemed to conduct herself with a level of confidence that many grown men don't possess. Perhaps that is the result of her coming of age in a war-torn country next to the stress of bombing, the prospect of entering with a famous reporter don't seem particularly nerve-wracking at all. And of course, part of Malala's calmness is function of her own innate maturity and poise, qualities with no one, including Jiaoding, could teach her as a general rule. Malala seemed to respect that importance of compromise, unlike her fundamentals opponent. She doesn't think in terms of absolute. What that mean? 단어정리, 내용요약, 토론질문. 각이 좀 잡히긴 했는데 각이 좀 잡히긴 했어요. 1020분 중에 지금 35분 썼고 남은 거는 약 45분 정도 보면 될 것 같아요. 55분 정도 남았는데 그럼 1시간 20분이 아니겠죠. 그래서 이제 남은 거는 저거랑 같이 하면 될 것 같아요. In the brother school, Wisconsin has a park. 재밌는 생각이 났네. 집에 BBC 기자가 찾아와서 말할 때 말랄라가 이렇게 말했어요. 나는 내 상황이 어떻든 교육을 받을 것입니다. 만약에 길거리에 나앉아서 배워야 한다고 할지라도 나는 기꺼이 길거리에 앉아서 학습을 할 것이며 그렇게 만들 것입니다. 그러니까 기자가 너무 놀라면서 이 아이는 정말 대단한 아이입니다. 되게 성숙하고 발달이 잘 돼 있고 똑똑하고 막 칭찬하니까 아버지가 말하기를 상황이 그녀를 이렇게 만들었습니다. 이걸 보고 든 생각이 이렇게 힘든 상황이고 열악한 환경임에도 어떻게 이렇게 강인한 아이가 태어날 수 있는가? 이러한 일이 가능했던 건 어떤 것 때문인가? 라는 의문이 저 스스로 들었어요. 그 다음에 드는 생각이길 양극단에 있는 사람이 제일 많이 변한다. 제가 평소 자주 말하던 말인데요. 그만큼 자극과 성장의 계기를 더욱더 많이 받을 수 있는 거죠. 저 같은 경우는 어릴 때 허약하고 잔병치가 많았어서 오히려 운동을 많이 하고 건강을 관리한 쪽으로 발달이 되지 않았나 싶고, 중학교 때 워낙 야망 없고 초등학교 때 그냥 살다 보니 이제 고등학교 때 열심히 한번 살아보자 하고 이곳에 와서 이렇게 열심히 살고 있는 게 어쩌면은 말랄라의 삶과 조금은 닮아 있는 저를 볼 수 있다. 그래서 다시 정리해서 말랄라가 이렇게 어려운 환경에도 강할 수 있었다는 거는 도리어 어려운 상황이었기에 그런 방향으로 재능이 개화될 수 있었다고 생각합니다. 물론 대단하죠. 그 대단함을 폄하시키는 게 아니라 상황의 특수성을 좀 부각시키고 싶었던 거예요. 쭉 읽어볼게요. A funny kind of piece. When my brother's school responds to Marshall said they would rather wait. (30일) 30일 이렇게 올라갔네요. 다음 거 올려야겠다. 날 거죠? 30일 건데 사실 29일이에요. 날짜는 26일이더라고요. 잠깐. 그리고 다음 거 4월 1일 오후 7시인 거 보면 4월 1일 맞고요. 다음 거 올릴게요. 38분 맞나? 38분 37분 맞고 4월 1일이죠. 다시 2023 0401 맞죠? 하동영 아니고 03 조금씩 올라가고 있습니다. 금방 올라올 수 있을 거라고 보고 단어를 하나씩 찾으면서 볼게요. reopen. 다시 재기는 거지. I was cross. You don't realize how lucky you are. I told him it feels strange to have no school. We don't even have a television set and someone has stolen yours. We were in Islamabad using my father's getaway leader to get inside. Someone gave me a copy of a Taliban 책을 받고 Listen. You kill people. 굉장히 기네. 언제 다 보지? 그냥 한 번만 쭉 보면 되잖아. When my brother My brother 다시 처음부터 각자 잡고 해. When my brother's school reopened after the winter break, Kashao said he would rather stay at home like me. I was cross. You don't realize how lucky you are. I told him it feels strange to have no school. We don't even have a television set as Someone had stolen ours while we were in Islamabad using my father's getaway leaders to get inside. Someone gave me a copy of the Paul Cello, a fable about shepherd boy who traveled to the pyramid in search of treasure when all the time at the home. I love that book and read it over and over again. When you want something, all the universe conspired in helping you achieve it. It said, I don't think that Paulo Coelho had come across the Taliban Taliban or our useless coalition. What's that mean? I don't think that 음악이 끝났고요. 네, 슬슬 적어 나올 테죠. 정막이 끝납니다. What I don't know was that the high collar was holding secret talk with Faziola and his commanders. He got to know them in an interview and was urging them to rethink the ban on girl education. Listen, Maulana, he told Faziola, you killed people, you slaughtered people, you beheaded people, you destroyed school, and still there was no protest in Pakistan. But when you banned girls' education, people spoke out. Even the Pakistan media, with being so soft on yours till now, is outraged. The pressure from the whole country worked, and Faziola agreed to lift the ban for the girl up to 10 years old. 2 years full. I was in year 5, and some of us pretend we are younger than we are. We start going to school again, dressed in ordinary clothes and hiding our books under the our books under our showers. It was risky, but it was the only ambitions I had back then. We were lucky too that Madame 내용요약은 맨 처음에 이제 학교금지 남동생이 나 부러워하는거 이해못함 책봄 어린애는 가도 돼서 위장함. She was 10. They trust each other completely. She used to signal to him to wind up when he spoke for too long, which was often. The secret school is our silence protest. Protest? What does it mean? Protest. 항의. We often protest. 항의. She told us, I don't write anything about it in my diary. If they had caught us, they would flog it up, even slaughtered us as they had Shabana. Some people are afraid of ghosts, some of spider or snakes. In this day, we were afraid of our falling human being. On the way to school, I sometimes saw the Taliban with their caps and long dirty hair. Most of the time, they hid the face. They were awkward, horrible-looking. The streets of Mingora were very empty, as a third of inhabitants had left the valley. My father, third of the inhabitants. Left the valley. My father said you couldn't really blame people for leaving. The government has no power for leaving as the government. There were now 12,000 army troops in the region, for 4 times as many as they're estimated of the Taliban. Along the tank, helicopter, and sophisticated weapon. Yet, 70% of SWAT was under the Taliban control. About a week, 스왓주민 떠남. Yes, 7%, 7%? 너무 작은데? 라고 말하면 저겠지만 그냥 제 머릿속에 있는 것보다 작아서 7이 그치 70%는 탈레반 휘하. About a week after we had returned to school on February, and we were woken one night by the sound of gunfire. Our people traditional fire rifle in celebration of birth and wedding, but even has stopped during the conflict. So at first we thought that we were in danger. Then we heard the news. The gunfire was a celebration. Celebration. A peace deal has been struck between the Taliban and the provincial government, which was the provincial. What the man? 지방분구관장이 뭔 개소리야. Which was new under the control of the ANP, not the muhallat. The government has agreed to impose Stop fighting. Anyway, stop fighting. Sharia. Sought and returned the militant would stop fighting. The Taliban 그 다음에 정부랑 탈레반 거래라고 할까 뭐라 할까. 협상, negotiation 하면 되겠다. 10 days truce and peace case released China, 응? 휴전. We were happy to. My father and I often spoke in favor of peace deal. Favored of peace deal, but we questioned how it would work. How it would work. I wonder too. Ditto. But people hope that the Taliban would settle down. Maybe it is similar to knockdown or disentangle. 진정하다. Settle down. 진정하다. Settle down. Go back to their different African version. Settle down. Settle down. Their home and lead peaceful citizens. They convinced themselves that what would be different to African version. We were still our girls. School and there was no brutality police. What would be SWAT? Just with a different justice system. I want to believe this, but I was worried. I thought surely how the system worked depends on the people who were seeing it. Taliban. And it was hard to believe it. It was all over. More than 1,000 ordinary people and police had been killed. Women has been kept in Purda. School and bridge has been blown up. Business has closed. We suffered public court and violent justice and had living in the constant state of fear. And now it's all to stop. At breakfast, I said to my brother that we should talk of peace now and not of war. And ever they ignored me and carried on with their work game. Kasho has a toy helicopter and a pistol with paper and was shout fire and the other take position. I didn't care. I went and looked at my uniform, happy that I would soon be able to wear it openly. A message came from our headmistress that exam would take place in the first week of March. It was time to get back to my books. Our excitement did not last long. Just 2 days later, I was on the roof of the Taj Mahal Hotel, giving an interview about the peace deal. The well-known reporter came to Hamid when we got the news that other TV reporter had been killed. His name was Musa Khan Hale. And he has often interviewed my father that day. He has been covered peace march with Sufi Muhammad. It wasn't really a merge, but the carvecade of Narmush Khan body was found nearby. He had been shot several times and his throat partially sealed. He was 28 years old. My mother was upset when he told her that she would to bed in tears. She was worried that violence had returned to the valley so soon after the pastille. Was the deal merely an illusion? She worried. Ah, okay. Understood. 아하. Actually, I didn't understand it. Now understand. 기자가 죽음. A few days later, 요거 보면 끝이네. Permanent ceasefire was announced by the 갑자기 평화가 찾아왔지. 꺼진다 했지. 미라지가 신기한 거. 얘가 이렇게 써. 아, 10분 좀 남았네요.